Welcome to this video about SAP2Printix. We will talk about the application's features, go over system requirements for the installation, as well as demonstrate how the customizing and administration of the solution is performed. The video ends with a quick demo of the available printing scenarios. Why SAP2Printix? We have on the one hand the need to print documents generated inside the SAP system. Documents are the outcome of most business processes, and while many workflows are now performed digitally, printing is still a core functionality to export and exchange information. On the other hand, are customers that wish to implement an all-cloud strategy. The Printix platform is a perfect match for them, given that it allows users to migrate their print infrastructure to a cloud service. It is in this intersection that the SAP2Printix application comes into play. It enables the integration of the Printix cloud platform as external output management system for SAP. How does it work? Whenever a document is printed from SAP, either manually by a user or triggered as host-initiated print job, a pull request is created by the SAP system. The request is then sent to the SAP2Printix application through the standard SAP interface for external output management systems, together with the information that will be used to print the document. This information includes the target output device as configured in SAP and its corresponding printer mapping to the Printix print queue, the logon data for the corresponding Printix tenant, and the print job ID. Finally, SAP2Printix sends the spool file with the additional information to the corresponding Printix tenant and performs a spool mapping to link the SAP spool ID with the Printix spool ID. That way, it is possible to both monitor the status of print jobs and to log the process in the SAP database. SAP2Printix is supported for any SAP system based on ABAP NetWeaver, that is, SAP ECC, GTS, EWM, and so on. This includes SAP S/4HANA systems, both on-prem and in the enterprise cloud. The application requires the .NET Runtime 7.05 for Windows or for Linux. For the installation, the executable files are copied in the dir home directory of the SAP system, and a transport request must be imported. This is the customizing view for the SAP2Printix application. As you can see, the customizing section is rather brief. It involves only a few steps. First, you need to license the solution using a key. Next step is registering the Printix tenant or tenants that will be used to print from SAP. To create a new tenant, click on New Entry and enter the tenant ID, tenant name, Printix client, and secret. You can find this information in your Printix tenant. For the following three tasks, the solution pre-populates the required fields. You can always change these values if necessary, and then execute. This applies for the initial customizing, the configuration JSON, and the output management systems. You also need to declare a technical user and password for the communication between the SAP system, the SAP2Printix application, and the Printix tenant. The next step is to register the Printix printers in SAP. In other words, to import the printers available in the Printix tenant, so that we can use them to print from the SAP system. To do this, we first choose the tenant from which we are fetching the devices, and then execute. After registering the printers, we create a printer in SAP. For this, select the printer. Click first on Generate SAP Names, and then click on Create. Now, we are ready to print from the SAP system via the Printix Cloud platform. Let us now use the ME21 entrance section to create a new purchase order. I am loading the PO from a template to speed up the process. Now the information has been populated, but the PO has not been saved in the system yet. Saving it will trigger the print job. While the spool request is being sent to the device, we can see the status of the job in the SAP system. It is first in process, then printing, and finally completed. You can double-click the entry for further details about the print process. In summary, what are the benefits of the SAP2Printix application? For once, it allows to use Printix as print management software to manage all SAP print jobs in the cloud. No more servers are needed. The application is compatible with any system based on SAP ABAP NetWeaver, for example, SAP ECC, SRM, GTS, and so on. This includes SAP S/4HANA On-Prem and SAP S/4HANA Enterprise Cloud. SAP2Printix is supported for both single-tenant and multi-tenant environments. This is important for organizations that have more than one Printix tenant, as is the case of mergers and acquisitions between companies that had Printix already implemented. And finally, both direct print and Printix Anywhere scenarios are supported by the SAP2Printix application.